Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have endorsed an initiative by Morocco to give them access to the Atlantic Ocean. This was said by Moroccan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I know you heard about this many times, but I'm gonna say it again. Brotherhood has nothing to do with skin color. Nothing. Brotherhood has nothing to do with the language you speak. Oh, he speaks my language. Brotherhood has nothing to do with tribes. Brotherhood has nothing to do with nationalities. Absolutely not. Because some of your biggest enemies are from your nationality. They speak your own language. They're from your tribe. They're from the continent. Sometimes the people from very far. Sometimes not so far. The people from different countries. Brotherhood is proven. It's not gifted. It's not. You may like somebody because they feel close, but you still need to prove to each other that you are brothers like that. Or else you still be very good friend with the people that are not in your life anymore. How many people have disappointed you at the core, at the deepest level? And I'm not talking about small, stupid disappointment. People you never thought could have done some of the worst things that's been done to you. And you were extremely hurt, vexed in your own self. Brotherhood is proven. Okay. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. You know, here we talk about Africa. You want to know about the lands, the motherlands, you're at the right place. Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, you're at the right place. You want to know about South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, you are at the right place, my brother. You want to know about Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, you're at the right place. Namibia, Malawi, you name it. Sudan, you're the right place. Okay, we can't name everybody. I see you from all over the place. Thank you, Jamaicans. Thank you, Trinidad, Tobago. Thank you, St. Lucia. Thank you, everybody. United States of America, all of our people in Australia, we see you. Okay, great stuff. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. I'm sure you've seen this so many times because everybody's talking about them. It's amazing right now. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Great news. What is it? Well, the landlocked countries, as you can see, they are landlocked. I'm going to get back to that. Have endorsed an initiative by Morocco to give them access to the Atlantic Ocean. This was said by Moroccan Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
We express to His Majesty the appreciation of our heads of state for the consistent stance of the Kingdom of Morocco and His Majesty, for the way in which he manages the Kingdom of Morocco's relations with the so-called transition countries, including Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, by maintaining dialogue with our countries, but also by having confidence in the unique genius of our peoples.
The foreign ministries of the three military-ruled West African countries shared their country's position during a meeting Monday with King Mohammed in Rabat, the capital of Morocco, according to ministry statement. Now, what does this mean, my brothers? This means these three countries are going to work with Morocco in order to give them access to the sea. And you're probably asking yourself, why Morocco? Why not these other countries? As you can see, it's very simple. These three countries used to have access to the sea, okay? And they used to have access to the sea from the south. Look at the map. You see them? From the south, yes, brother, this is the south, is down, the north is up, east is this side, and west is that side, okay? We family. You cannot pretend that everybody knows, okay? You maybe know, you're very smart, went to good school. Not everybody has that opportunity. Matter of fact, I was talking to somebody recently, a lady. She said to me she never went to school. She cannot write properly. And I was like very touched by the effort she was making to write. I'm like, wow, congratulations. This is a grown woman. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. She's got her own business. She travels and buy stuff from I don't know which country in Asia and bring back to Africa and resell. She's doing great. She's beautiful, but she said she never went to school like that. So we cannot pretend that everybody knows. We need to show you the map so everybody understands. And also, yeah, it's out of love. Great. Now, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger used to go to the south. You see the south? Yeah. They used to go to the south to access the sea. You're asking yourself, why is the sea important? The sea is very important for business. Every country needs the sea. What do you need the sea for? You need the sea to import good and export good. Now, let's say you're probably saying to yourself, but why don't you use an aeroplane? I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you want to bring things coming from India. You're in Burkina Faso. And you have two ways to do it. Number one, you can do it via the aeroplanes, which is costly, expensive, and you have limited amount of things you can bring because an aeroplane can only carry so much things. Number two, you can bring it through the sea, which is much bigger, more convenient. You can put in as much container as you like. Now, people like to do the sea because you can do a lot of things. And because the sea is important, you have to have good collaboration with your neighbors who are next to the sea so they can give you access. However, a couple of years ago, these three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, removed themselves from Equaas. What is Equaas? This is Equaas. You see the map? These countries are Equaas. Equaas is a group of countries coming together, supposedly to help each other because they're brothers. Again, now we are brothers. They help each other in a way where you don't need a visa to go to an Equaas country if you're part of Equaas. You can go and trade. You can buy things at a very cheap price or without paying tax when you're part of Equaas. But unfortunately, Mali, Burkina Faso came out of Equaas. Why did they come out of Equaas, you're asking yourself? Because they were not happy. They disagreed. Why did they disagree? They disagreed because Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger wanted to come out of colonialism. You asking yourself, what is colonialism? Simply, France, Britain, and these other European countries came to Africa, colonized Africa, split it into small parts, called them countries. Countries never existed a long time ago. Europeans created countries. Once they created countries, they were looting, stealing, taking gold, diamonds, uranium, you name it, for themselves. Okay, what does Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have together? In common, they were colonized by the French. France colonized these countries for many years. In the 1960s, they freed them. They gave them what they call independence. However, they still control the economies of these countries by running things appropriately. Now, these countries recently had enough. They said our presidents are just puppets. They're not working for the interest of our people. Therefore, we need to topple them so we can actually run the country and serve our own people. They did it. By only way, it wasn't through election. It was by force. They took the country by force. They overthrew the president. Three of them together. Now, these other countries of Equaas were not happy about that. They say you must go through democratic procedures or process. You cannot take the country by force. These countries say, okay, this is our destiny. We are making a choice. We've had enough of France. France can go. We want to stay. Now, Equaas, unfortunately, receives money from the European Union. Yes, an African organization that gets money funded by European Union and many other institutions. Now, if you are funded by somebody external, do you really have power of decision? Not very much. Many people from these three countries believe the European Union was pulling the strings to get Equaas against Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Now, let's get back on track. The reason why they got out of Equaas is because once they toppled their government, the three countries toppled the government, Equaas decided to close the border for them. The border to what? The border to the sea, disallowing them from accessing the sea. You know the sea is vital for the economy and for the people. You block the way to the sea, expecting me to asphyxiate economically and to get my people coming in the street in anger so they can overthrow the government. Is that your brother? That's not your brother, right? Now, why are you doing that? You're doing that because I've just overthrown a president who clearly works for the interest of the West and not the interest of the people. That is when they say, okay, let's us work together, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Now, the thing that broke everything completely was when these countries, Equaas, were getting ready, they were gearing up to go and attack Niger.
There is a steely determination by our heads of state and government to put an end to it and to make an example of Niger, to make sure that never again are we going to allow the disruption of the region's move towards democratic consolidation in our region. And Equaas is not going to tell the coup plotted when and where we are going to strike.
Why are you asking? Because in Niger, they toppled the president named Mohamed Bazoum. This is Bazoum. That was Tiani who replaced him. Now, the countries of Equaas, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and many other countries say we're coming together logistically. We're putting money together and soldiers together. We are going to Niger to overthrow the country. Our objective is to send a clear message that we will not tolerate any overthrows. Now, when they did that, Mali and Burkina Faso say, if you dare to do that, okay, then we're going to have a big problem here. We're going to have a big problem.
Any military intervention against Niger would amount to a declaration of war against Burkina Faso and Mali.
If you attack Niger, we are going to have war. Why? Because we were part of Equaas, and Equaas are supposed to help each other. But our countries have been riddled by terrorism, okay? We've been riddled by terrorism. Not one time we heard you say, okay, we're going to put an army together to go fight terrorists. You never did that. But now you're ready to come and fight us because we toppled our president. Something is fishy. We cannot tolerate this. Now, if you see somebody that's supposedly your brother functioning in the opposite way, looking to finish your life, what do? Do you speak to somebody that looks like an Arab? Of course you do. If they are friendly to you, of course you're going to go there. That's exactly what happened. And Mali, Burkina Faso started talking after they were removed. Actually, they removed themselves of Equaas, creating the confederation. 3 countries functioning together and replacing each other each year. One leader from one country. Next year, one leader from another country running the things. After making phone calls local, meaning, you know, no more roaming. You know, when you go to the next country, you have to pay through roaming, and roaming is expensive. They made it local price, making everybody feel at home. These 3 countries decided to cooperate with Morocco, so Morocco can give them access to the sea. And by doing that, they've gone away from the southern countries, which are these black people countries, and going to the other people. Now, Niger's got goods. They have oil. They can get a lot of money through Benin. Look at Niger and Benin. Yes, Niger can extract oil through Benin. They will make a lot of money. Benin will make money too. However, Benin, instead of listening to his brother, the leaders of Benin chose to close the border. But now, if these people redirect their petrol or their oil to Algeria or Morocco, who's going to lose? Benin is going to lose. Did somebody shoot themselves in the foot? Now, congratulations, because Morocco is opening the door to these people, showing them brotherhood has nothing to do with nothing. Okay? Brotherhood is everything to do with presence, action. In December, Morocco announced a trade initiative to facilitate Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger access to the Atlantic Ocean, using Moroccan ports after ECOWAS imposed trade restriction on a 3 junta-led country. The foreign ministers of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger reaffirmed their full support for commitment to accelerating its implementation during the royal meeting. The meeting comes at a time of growing tension between Morocco, regional rival Algeria, and the Sahel state. Last month, Algeria said it shut down a Malian drone. We spoke about this. There's a lot of things happening in Africa right now. A lot of big problems. Algeria not getting along with Mali, Benin not getting along with Niger. It's crazy. You know, Morocco and Algeria pulling at each other. They may go at war. You know, it's bad. Let me know how you feel about this. Are they wrong to look into Morocco? I mean, if you got brothers and cousins here, it would look like you acting weird and cooperating with your enemies, and you got a neighbor who's kind enough, has no beef with you, who do you turn to? Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. God bless.